MySQL Sandbox is not an official MySQL product. It's my pet project, and it's something that makes your life easy if you have to install side servers in the same box. It works only on Unix systems, and you need a MySQL tarball and Perl. So what is it? Explain the sandbox is like boxing. Explaining takes longer than delivering, but I will try to be brief. So, what is the problem? The problem is that when you want to install a side server, you have to take care of the data directory, the port, and the socket. If you mix them, you have trouble. So if you use the same data directory, you have data corruption if it works at all. If you use the same socket, it doesn't start. And if you use the same port, it doesn't start either. The hard way, if you use the instructions in the manual, you impact the tarball, you follow the instructions, and you can do it. You can do it fairly quickly if you are experienced, but it's error prone. You can make mistakes if you do it manually. So you can use MySQL Sandbox. It takes the version, and from the version creates a separate data directory, and using the version it creates a separate port and a separate socket. So for instance, if you use MySQL 5.1.25, it will create separate entities for you without any effort on your side. The same for 6.06. So what do you do? Once you have a sandbox, the sandbox will create some commands for you inside the sandbox. You can have commands to start, stop, clear, and kill the server, and one command to use the server itself. So you don't have to use long commands and long options, and you don't have to remember that. If you use multiple sandbox, because the sandbox can create replicated systems or groups of separated servers, then you have additional scripts to start all, stop all, and so on. And you have scripts to access every sandbox in a clear way. For instance, if you have a replicated sandbox, you have M for the master, S1 for the first slave, S2 for the second slave, and so on. So how does it work? You just do make sandbox and the tarball, and that's it. This is what you have to do to create a sandbox. It will do everything for you. If you want to create a system with one master and two servers, the same thing. You just use make replication sandbox and the tarball. Easy. If you want an array of multiple servers of the same version, also that you can do with one command.
How many servers do you get with that?
In this case, you get 3 servers, but there is an option that you can have 10, 15, 20, depends on how much RAM and disk you have. Or you can have multiple server, different versions in one command. So you just put three versions there, and the sandbox will create them for you, all in one group. And you have commands that you can add to the sandbox tool to do something like using a specific option file, or determine how many slaves you want in a replication system. If you don't remember all the options, you can just say minus interactive, and the sandbox will prompt you for all the options, letting you insert what you need or going back and forth. How does it work? So you do a start for the server, you do a stop to stop the server, or you can use kill. Kill works like stop, but in addition to that, if the server is not responsive, it will really kill it.
But how can you have kill with there's a system command also named kill that you get the control?
This is a kill script, so you have to do /kill.
Okay, then you actually should say /kill.
Yes, sir. I will do it. Clear. Since the sandbox is supposed to be for testing, using clear, you just get rid of everything you have created. It will clean up the data directory, removing all databases, all data, all files, so you can start anew from a clean server. And use is a shortcut to use the sandbox, so you don't have to remember to use a specific option file, to use which port you are using, and so on. Everything is there. The default username is msandbox. The root password is msandbox. This is because this is a testing server, but you can change it like everything else. And one thing that is useful for the sandbox is if you are testing a specific version, you want to use the tools that belong to that version. For instance, if you want to use MySQL dump or MySQL binlog, you want to use the MySQL dump or binlog for that version. So there is a script called my, so it should be /my, and then you add the second part of the tool as the first parameter. So if you want to use MySQL dump for version 6.6, you just do a .my SQL dump, and then you put all the parameters that you should use for MySQL dump. This will ensure that you are using the tool for that version and not another thing that you may have in your operating system. When you have a replication sandbox or a group sandbox, you can have a start all, stop all, kill all, and so on. And you have also a use all command that is useful if you want to run something in all the servers in your sandbox, meaning the master and all the slaves with one command only. For instance, you want to know the server ID of every server, you just do use all, select server ID. Inside every replication sandbox, you have one M script for the master and one S1, S2, S3 for each slave. The multi-node sandbox works the same way. And one thing that is very convenient, all the sandboxes are created under one sandbox home directory. Meaning that if you create 10 sandboxes for several purposes, you can start them all at once or stop them all at once using one of these commands. So you create one sandbox to test MySQL 5.1 and another one to test MySQL 6.0, and you can just stop them all using one of these commands. And you can also send one SQL statement to each server in each sandbox inside. So you can have in one host several servers. And you can crowd it in many ways. You want to see some demo? How fast is it? Let's clean up something. clear all will clear every sandbox. It will not delete the sandbox itself.
It doesn't delete the sandbox?
It doesn't delete the sandbox itself. It will leave the sandbox ready to use, but it will stay there.
So you're just saying it empties the database?
Yes.
So it leaves the database as intact but empties them?
Yes.
Is that like an outpatient procedure?
You should have a...
No, I mean leaves the sandbox intact and removes all databases.
The configuration is intact?
Yes.
Right,
So
you need to delete all that. So you don't have to do that.
I can do that.
Delete all the these elements are stuff.
I understand.
I paid for at the same time I invited you.
See, look, this place my bottle of Pepsi. Have you seen it?
Do you want it?
So I'm asking for a single sandbox. It will unpack the tarball and then create the sandbox. Gives me the list of things that it's doing, creates the sandbox. It takes something like 3 seconds. We do the same for replication. So instead of make sandbox, we say replication sandbox.
So when do you do make NDB sandbox? Make NDB sandbox.
I don't like NDB sandbox, but if I have some help, I can do it.
When you do the replication...
This is the replication sandbox. Now it creates by default 1 master and 2 slaves.
Is there one that would do a multi-master sandbox?
A multi-master sandbox I can do. Now, if I want to do a multi-master sandbox, I just do like this. Make replication sandbox minus topology equals circular. And then minus how many nodes equal 5. So the circular replication is activated and is being created under my home sandboxes RC meaning replication circular sandbox 5067.
Why do you use, what's the logic for using option how many? I would have just, if I would have made it, I would just have used
I was
nodes.
just wondering why you were not criticizing anything.
I'm just wondering the logic. I never seen anybody do that.
Because I like something that is clear to understand.
Nodes equals 5 is clear for anybody who does programming language.
I mean, it's not clear to you how many nodes does.
No, it's just
It's just extra typing.
extra typing and
Plus, actually, if you really wanted to make it even smaller, you could do -- circular equals 5. If you wanted to make it even smaller.
Now, I did that because I want to leave it open to more topologies.
So why did you call it which topology to use?
Yeah.
At the moment we have standard and circular, but it's open.
I mean that's the option.
Yeah, the option is why didn't you use which underscore topology underscore to underscore use since you did how underscore.
Oh come on!
Underscore.
Give him a break. Names is the most important piece of any product. These guys are being jerks.
I have to back him up. He's the
I have the feeling that I am in the wrong mood. Which side are you on?
I'm trying to help you.
Okay, thank you for your help. Now,
I did. Okay, the reason I thought about that because the only thing I could criticize,
Yes.
in my mind, I don't like commands that are conflicting, because if you have a kill, if I are in the wrong place, do clear, then I just do something wrong. So I would have prefixed everything with sand.
Okay, now if you want, I can create a prefix with adding 2 characters to my script. If you really want.
No, I'm just questioning why you're doing it that way. I don't say that my version is better. I'm just different.
Real quick, I want to say for most people, we can get early lunch.
Yeah.
You see, this is what it takes to add it.
No, he's talking about the script name itself.
The script name.
Kill. He has a script name called Kill.
That's a different thing. That was just a matter of presentation. You don't want kill.
I want sand kill. Sand start or sand start. I want a unique prefix.
Okay.
But otherwise everything looks good. I mean, this is minor comments.
I can do that.
Yeah, the names is a kind of the thing where you have most discussion. I mean, everything else is fine.
Can I show you how it works?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just do node 1 minus e. This is like using MySQL client. Create table test.t1. I was in the wrong place. Okay, I created that. Then I use all, show tables from test, and all databases, all servers answer that they see table T1. So it's a circular replication that is working. Stop all. And then I can start them all.
The reason I just asked about NDB is that I haven't seen an easy way to set up NDB. And I've told the NDB guys for 4 years now that that's one of the first things you should do. And they haven't done it.
I need help for that. But I'm available to do it.
I think that would be one way to make NDB more popular. Just people just can see it works.
So that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.